it's Lisa, and I just wanted to post the reasons why I have not been posting any recipes, any what I'm eating, anything about that, nothing Brightline and nothing, and I've not been doing weight loss updates. And I just wanted to tell you guys why, so you didn't think that I had lost my zest in Brightline or anything like that, or there was any, or I had any shameful, sinful sugar eating behavior going on, which I don't. So you guys remember, if you watched my other video, you know I had strep throat about 4 weeks ago, and I was really sick. And I went to the doctor and I got some antibiotics, and right after I got over that, I ended up getting a sinus infection. And my sinus infection it's really crazy, it's called anosmia, when the nerves in your nose get damaged to the point where you can't smell, and it might be permanent. It is the craziest thing, because I cannot smell when my daughter has a poopy diaper. And that is probably the biggest downfall, because my kids are like, Mom, she stinks. And yeah, so I'm hoping my sense of smell comes back. That actually has nothing to do with it. It just kind of goes to show you that there was like this weird series of events. But probably the biggest thing is, right after I got over my sinus infection, I had mouth surgery. I might have mentioned it briefly in a different video, but I didn't probably go into detail, so maybe I did. Anyway, I have 5 kids. I was really sick with all my pregnancies, and so TMI, there was a lot of vomiting and going over my bottom teeth. Because of that, my gums started to recede, and it was getting to the point where the recession was going to basically make me lose my teeth if I didn't do something. So I had surgery. I had a gum graft. So basically they slice the top off your mouth and reattach it to the bottom, like along the bottom where you're losing gum, which sounds like something from a total science fiction movie, right? Where they like sew a limb or something onto someone. But it was like the only option. I mean, obviously you could have donor gum tissue, but no, who wants like a cadaver's like tissue in their mouth? It was fine, and plus they say that the skin grafting from your own is way better than it takes. Anyway, my graft is doing amazing. The roof of my mouth is like in miserable pain, and I have a shield to go over it, and I thought that was helping, but it's really not, and it's just like painfully sore. And that was 2 weeks ago. So I have not exactly been Brightline for that 2 weeks, basically for 4 weeks, because I was sick, and then I had this surgery. And in that time frame, I have not been eating flour, I've not been eating sugar, I've not been eating processed food, but I've also not been weighing my food, and I have definitely not been eating, this past 2 weeks, I have not been eating any vegetables. I tried to eat vegetables one day, and it was completely miserable. And so I'm basically I was living on cream of wheat, but after you have the roof of your mouth removed, you'll realize cream of wheat is gritty. And once my shield on the roof of my mouth kind of got loose, that became gritty. So I have been living on oatmeal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I haven't been weighing it or anything. I don't feel like I'm gaining weight. I don't feel like I'm necessarily losing weight with all those carbs, but I've been having 3 meals a day of oatmeal and a spoonful of wow butter, and mixed up really, really well. And so that is essentially why I have not been posting any Brightline stuff, because I have not really been Brightline. I'm grateful for the fact that my food is under control. Otherwise, if this was just a year ago, I would have been eating ice cream, 10 times a day. So I'm really grateful for the experience. I'm grateful that Brightline, and I'm actually super duper excited to get back on Brightline. I go into my appointment on Friday. I'm really hoping that they can do something. I don't think it's supposed to be this painful this long, so hoping that they can do something about it. I don't know what, but so that is why. And then and then why I haven't posted the weight loss thing is, so basically when I got sick and I went in and I hadn't weighed myself for 4 weeks, and this is a huge accomplishment for me. I mean huge, because this is like, I am a person who used to weigh myself like 10 times a day. I made decisions about how my day was gonna go and how my life was going to be and play out based on the number on the scale. So if my number was up, my day was miserable, I was ashamed, it was bad, and if my number was down, sometimes I was even overly confident, like, oh, well, my number is down, so let me eat ice cream or whatever. So I had gone for 4 weeks without weighing, and then when I went to the doctor, I was like super disappointed because I was like, like I've been doing all this great stuff without being weighed, and I've just been like basically able to gauge progress based on how I feel and how I look and how my clothes fit, which is something I could never do before. And so I didn't even take my shoes off when they weighed me. I just weighed with my shoes and my clothes and everything. And I just didn't look. And then when I got the sheet that I showed you guys that like showed that I was like of a normal weight, it was so liberating. But the liberating part was I did that without being obsessive. So because of that, I have been trying to just lay off the scale. I will be weighing myself soon. I mean, I do want to keep some track, but it is amazing to just have that gift of not being obsessive about it. Every now and then I'll kind of get a little trigger where I'm feeling, oh gosh, what if I've gained weight or whatever. And then the way I combat that is I just use a tape measure and I measure my waist. And I will say my waist measurement is down to 28.5, which it started at 36.5 when I first started my Bright Line journey. So that is a very significant loss of inches. And yeah, so that is it. So upcoming, my family and I are taking a trip. We're gonna be gone for 10 days. I will be ideally back on Bright Line. So I will be filming how I am traveling and staying at someone's house while doing Bright Line. Actually, I'm not nearly as worried about that as I am about traveling and staying at someone's house with 7 vegan people. So I'll be filming that, and in the meantime, while I'm waiting for my mouth to heal and I can't do any real Bright Line videos about food because I'm not eating real food, because basically if I show you what I ate today would be oatmeal and wow butter. What I ate yesterday would be oatmeal and wow butter, and what I will eat tomorrow will likely be oatmeal and wow butter. So, but I will be filming how we're dealing with that on the trip, and how I'm dealing with my kids being vegan on the trip, and how I'm dealing with people keeping everyone healthy. Now, I'm not a professional. I'm just gonna show you what we're doing, and hopefully you guys can give me suggestions about how you would do it, and we'll see how it goes. But anyway, that, and I will also, I think I told you in another video that we are trying to go zero waste. I watched a really terrifying documentary. I actually watched 2 terrifying documentaries, and I think I had this silly impression that the government had this like under control, and that like they wouldn't be allowing all this plastic and everything, like if it was really hurting the environment as bad as like those crazy nature people say. Oh my goodness. So I watched these documentaries, absolutely terrified me. I am now one of those crazy nature people. And yeah, so I will be filming some of the steps my family has been taking to become zero waste. So yeah, we are officially that homeschooling family that is vegan, that doesn't eat sugar or flour, and is zero waste. So, well, we're trying to be zero waste. I won't say we are yet. So yeah, I think that makes us officially the crazy people in the neighborhood. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and please like this video or subscribe or something nice. Anyway, even if you don't like this video, I think the interaction is good for me. I think somewhere in like the YouTube, like their algorithm, I think just any interaction is good. So if you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. Anyway, guys, have a great day, and good luck on everyone's Bright Line journey and your vegan journey, and whatever journey you are on that will make you the person that you want to be. So I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon.